It's Randy Orton. Oh.
I have voices in my head. They counsel me. They understand. They talk to me.
Hey guys, how's it going? It's Late Now here, and today I'm going to be trying something out, a new series that I hope you guys will enjoy. Basically what I'm calling it is WWE Missed Opportunities, and I'm actually not going to do storylines, that sort of thing, because a lot of people have done that over the internet, saying what storylines WWE messed, fucked up on and stuff like that. But I thought I'd try something different. I thought I would do it with wrestlers and divas and women's wrestlers and that sort of thing in general. Guys who I think could have gone further, could have actually done a lot more than they did in the WWE. So today's first episode, if you haven't seen by the title, is going to be on Sean O'Haire. So let's just give a bit of background on Sean O'Haire. Basically, he originally was in WCW in sort of the dying days. Towards the end of WCW's run, he started to get a bit of a push. It wasn't like main eventing WCW shows, that sort of thing, but he was getting somewhat of a push. And this guy was built. He had a very good physique, good build, a good kind of guy you could position maybe as a main eventer. But obviously WCW went down under. But Eric Bischoff, who was gonna, at the time, Bischoff was trying to buy WCW back. He was a big fan of O'Haire's. He, I think, had big plans for him. Maybe not as the guy for WCW, but certainly a top guy, one of the main eventers for sure. But obviously what happened was, the bidders on Bischoff's behalf, they discovered that WCW couldn't get a television deal under Ted Turner, so they pulled out because that show was worth nothing. So WCW was bought by the WWF and Vince McMahon. So Sean O'Haire came over during the Invasion storyline. He didn't really do that much from what I remember. I think he was a team with Chuck Palumbo, if I remember correctly. That may be wrong, but he didn't really do that much. But then in 2003 they started airing these kind of vignettes, and he was still called Sean O'Haire, but he had these vignettes where he was saying, he was kind of being like a devil's advocate character. He was like, it was really good actually, these vignettes. Like, they were like convincing you like why you should cheat on your wife, and like why you shouldn't go to church, and like, not paying taxes and that sort of thing. Like, it was really good stuff. Like, it was kind of, it's somewhat kind of convinced, you kind of, like as I said, it's kind of like he was kind of playing like a devil, trying to convince you to do all these bad, illegal things, but kind of making it seem as if it wasn't. And I really like that idea, and I think they really could have gone somewhere with that. And they, you would have thought they would have, because they teamed him up with Roddy Piper in 2003, because Roddy Piper was feuding with Mr. America, Hulk Hogan, if you didn't know. So you think, well, they're allying this guy with a huge name in Roddy Piper. Surely this means that he is going to go places. But I think what held him down was the fact that, well, not long into their run, Piper went on, I think it was HBO, and he talked about, how the wrestling business, he lost a lot of friends through deaths and that sort of thing, and basically how, horrible the business could be and that sort of thing. I can't remember exactly what he said, but basically it was something that WWE didn't really want to associate themselves with, so they kind of fired Piper, and then after that they kind of said to O'Haire, okay, we'll send you back down to developmental. So for the rest of 2003 he was in developmental. Would that have been OVW back then? I think it would have been, yeah. So he was sent back to OVW, and he was then released in 2004, which I think was a real shame, because I think Sean O'Haire could have been not necessarily like like a John Cena or a Randy Orton, but he could have been a fairly big, like, top guy, because he had the build, he had the kind of look as well. He was pretty good in the ring actually, from what I've seen anyway, and he could talk. Like, the vignettes, as I said, that he cut in this kind of devil's advocate way, it was really good. Like, he kind of it was very convincing the way he said these horrible things, but it really did work. I think that character really could have gone somewhere if they'd continued at it. Like, he didn't necessarily need Roddy Piper, in my opinion, to succeed. Like, he would have been fine by himself, and I have no idea why they sent him down to OVW and then released him next year. But then, what the really sad thing was, after his WWE run, he, like, I think he wrestled on some indie promotions. He then went into like MMA or kickboxing, and he didn't really do that well, which I think caused him to kind of went into a depression. Apparently, he became a massive drinker, and like he got into bar fights all the time, that sort of thing. And he was even accused by multiple women of like assaulting them. I think all the court cases though that he was accused for, I think he was cleared of the charges. But like, yeah, he was a massive drinker, and apparently, like, in, over the last 6 years, like, he'd been to 6, rehab sessions, paid by WWE. And apparently, before he died, like, WWE tried to contact him, but he just wouldn't answer. And then, obviously, they found him dead. I believe it was last year, or it was 2013. I can't exactly remember, but I'll just quickly look that up. Which I think is a real shame. I think this guy could have, because I think if he'd stayed in WWE, I don't think a lot of the stuff that happened, like the drinking and his death and that sort of thing, I don't think it would have happened. It really was a shame, because this guy had the potential to be something really big. Yeah, no, he died almost a year ago, actually. That's crazy, because it seems not that long ago. But yeah, I think this guy really could have gone somewhere. So yeah, that's about it. A bit of a short video. This is going to be a bit of a short series, but I hope you guys enjoyed this WWE missed opportunities with wrestlers. I would like to get your guys' opinion on who I should do next. Who do you think WWE missed out on? And who knows, I may do it. I mean, I do have some guys in mind for future videos. I'm thinking, I've got quite a few names in mind, but who knows, maybe a comment that you drop may get a video done, because, you may have an idea that I just didn't think of. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Submit any wrestlers you'd like to see me do in the comment section, and if you haven't already, please like and subscribe.